So Night of Champions came and went, and we saw this last night, and I have a lot to say about this pay-per-view as the title was called Night of Champions. And we only saw two titles defended in that whole card. And we saw two crowning moments as Jade, Cargill, and Cody became king and queen of the ring last night. We're going to be talking about that, and I'm going to give you my feedback and my thoughts on this event. And we're going to start it off right away and talk about all the highs and lows of Night of Champion. Let's kick it.
This is the moment we've all been waiting for the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
Welcome to another episode of the Chokeslam Wrestling Report and whatnot. And again, guys, if you have not subscribed to the channel, subscribe for the latest news on pro wrestling. Hit that notification bell for new uploads and hit the like button to help our channel. Also, feel free to ask questions during our live stream, and we're going to answer every questions that you would like to ask. So, and we are live right now, so I'm about to get busy on this and talk about what are my thoughts on the Night of Champions. Usually, Night of Champions is one of the best pay-per-views that WWE has, and usually titles are on the line. And last night, we only had two belts defended last night in Night of Champions. My question is why? With the amount of championships that this company has, why was only two championships defended last night? Now, there was two matches that I felt that they should have never put in there, and one of them was the street fight between Raquel Rodriguez and Rhea Ripley, and the match between Karrion and Kross and Sami Zayn. Those two matches could have been put for Raw this Monday coming up or tomorrow coming up. But instead, they put that. Instead of putting Becky Lynch to defend her belt in there, or, the United States champion Julia, yes, she won the belt Friday night, or you could have put the tag teams on the line. They didn't do any of this. And a lot of WWE fans, I'm not going to like what I'm about to say, but it has to be brought up. It has to be said, because last night, the whole pay-per-view was bland. It wasn't a good pay-per-view. I give it at most a 6. And the only reason I give it a 6 was because the main event, you figure the main event will be good. The main event dragged. You had two old people in that ring. CM Punk is doing the same shit he was doing about a year and a half ago. Same moves. John Cena is slow than I don't know what. Okay. And Seth Rollins and his group have to come in and save that pay-per-view because it was horrible. Okay. How many F5s or whatever you call it, attitude adjustment did Cena hit CM Punk with? But we're going to be talking all about this and whatnot. So let's hit it off with the first match, which was Cody versus Randy Orton. Now, the finale of this, I mean, if you see it on paper, it's a good look. But I think this match should have happened when Cody was the world champion, not in the King of the Ring situation. Okay. Now, don't get me wrong. The match was great. There was two guys, the teacher with the mentor. You know what I'm saying? Actually, the mentor versus the student. That's what I meant to say. And it was a good match. Now, my thing is why they didn't give this situation to Randy Orton so he could win his 15th world title against John Cena, because those two guys won that. Actually, he would have met John Cena. Now, my question is, Cody Rhodes is in Raw. Why is he now going after Cena instead of going after Gunther? Is it because he already beat Gunther last year at Crown Jewel and people ain't going to want to see that? What makes you think people want to see John Cena versus Cody again? That match was not great at WrestleMania. So with Cody winning the King of the Ring, pretty much I put in my notes that Cody has pretty won almost everything. You know, it was a great match. Cody is the 2025 King of the Ring. He has won the Royal Rumble, not once, but twice. He won the Crown Jewel, and he won the world title at WrestleMania. So pretty much right now, his legacy is pretty much sealed. He's a Hall of Famer, automatically. Man has done everything. But my thing is, it seems to me that WWE is kind of lazy booking and whatnot. Because if you look at what WWE has done since WrestleMania, not a lot. Nothing has really changed. You know what I'm saying? Nothing has really changed and whatnot. You know, to me, honestly, I see it like they're just dragging some of these storylines. Okay, the fact that we're probably going to end up seeing again, Mr. Cody Rhodes against John Cena at SummerSlam. Who want to see that? You know what I'm saying? And so if they are planning to do that, that means that John Cena's title reign is going to come to an end at SummerSlam. You know what I'm saying? But now with this whole situation, now Seth Rollins holding the Money in the Bank briefcase, are they going to give the belt back to Cody and then Seth is going to cash it? Because that's the only part I hate about this Money in the Bank bullshit, because it's like they deal with this, he's going to cash in. He's going to cash in for a whole year. And you'd be like, are you going to cash in or not? Because this is it just interferes in matches, messes up the main event. And that's what happened last night. But we're going to get to that. But Cody winning the King of the Ring, he pretty much solidifies himself as one of the best in WWE. And I know you're going to have all these wrestling trolls and you see Cody's doing better in AEW. Well, let's not forget that Cody, when he was one of the guys, the founders of AEW, he put himself in a match against Jericho where if he loses the match, he will never go for the world title, which didn't make no sense. He should have won the world title at AEW, but that's here and there. Right now, he's having a good run in WWE, and you can't ask for anything better than that. So the next match was the Rhea Ripley and Raquel Rodriguez match. Now, my question to this whole thing, why did they put this match in this pay-per-view instead of putting a title match? It's called Night of Champions. Okay, I understand that the king and the queen is, if you want to consider the champions of a tournament, yes, King of the Ring, yeah. But they put this match between Raquel Rodriguez and Rhea Ripley, which I don't think they should even put this match in this pay-per-view and whatnot. Because at the end, we all knew that Rhea Ripley was going to win. My question is, where is Rhea Ripley goes from here and whatnot? Because, you know, I mean, she's been, they took the belt away from her, and I think it was in January and whatnot. She hasn't won the belt back. You know what I'm saying? Oh, she did win the belt back, and then she lost in like 90 or less than 90 days and whatnot. And, you know, Io Sky has the belt. And that's another thing. Why we didn't see Io Sky defend her belt at Night of Champions? You know what I'm saying? Many of you are going to disagree with me. Did we needed to see Raquel Rodriguez versus Rhea Ripley in this match? You could have put that in Raw. You know what I'm saying? It's called Night of Champions, not Night of Street Fights or you know, a Rhea Boulevard Street Fight. What are we doing? You know what I'm saying? And I said it. I'm going to come in here. I'm going to speak the truth. People are not going to like what I have to say, because at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? It's the facts. WWE is getting complacent. You know what I'm saying? They're being lazy. They're not trying to book matches like they're supposed to book the matches. You know what I'm saying? So this match, in a way, I thought that Rhea Ripley was going to lose when Roxanne Perez got involved and whatnot. Now, the thing with Roxanne Perez, okay? Now, you know Raquel Rodriguez is walking around with 2 belts because Liv Morgan got hurt and she's out for 6 months. WWE, again, being lazy, did not want to put the tag team belts in a tournament. So the word is that Roxanne Perez is gonna be the one who's gonna, she's gonna be Liv Morgan's replacement. So Roxanne Perez got involved last night in that match. So now what I'm looking at, to me, honestly, Roxanne Perez is, she's part of Judgment Day, but she's getting the short end of the stick because of her size and all that. So it's something that I not too happy about. And Roxanne Perez to me is the MVP of WWE because the woman went to NXT. She pretty much done everything that you can imagine, in NXT, and she's a good wrestler. But they put her in there with Jade Cargill the other night, and she beat Roxanne Perez, which pisses me off because to me, honestly, Roxanne Perez should have been the one winning the Queen of the Ring tournament instead of Jade Cargill and whatnot. And I'm gonna tell you why in a minute. So, again, this Rhea Ripley wins the match against Raquel Rodriguez. She puts the table on top of the top buckle, and does a mega riptide from the top of the standing from the top of the table and whatnot, and beats Raquel Rodriguez. My point is, Raquel Rodriguez should be a dominant woman in WWE, whether it's SmackDown or Raw. They shitting on her again. When she was in NXT, she was very, very dominant. I think she beat Rhea Ripley for the NXT title, if I'm correct. And to me, it's like you push this woman, then next thing you don't push her. It's just like, make up your mind. Are you going to push her or you're not going to push her? So it's ridiculous. It's just dumb stuff. I don't understand it. Then we had Sami Zayn against Karrion Kross, and my question was, why? Why did we didn't have a better match than this? This could have been put in SmackDown or Raw, whatever you want to put it at. Had Sami Zayn versus Karrion Kross. I did not care for this match. I'm not a Sami Zayn fan because I think Sami Zayn has gotten lucky because they shitted on him for so many years, and then he was the first one to beat Gunther, which I did not agree with that a couple of years ago. And they're trying to push him for him to be the next world champion. No. Why? You know what I'm saying? Only people who think this is cool and this is a good move, want to see this happen. I don't want to see this happen. Sami Zayn is a mid-card wrestler, the most. And like I said, many of you will not agree with me because I'm speaking facts. You know what I'm saying? Sami Zayn, world champion. Come on. Didn't you guys see Jey Uso won the world title and they only did it for merchandise? And people were complaining when he lost the belt. Oh, they should have pushed him more. His father was complaining. They should have pushed him. He should have had a longer reign. He was not going to have a long reign. This was all to sell merchandise. And now you guys are pushing, or WWE's pushing Sami Zayn to be the next guy, then most likely he'll go and win the world title. Why? Oh, please don't tell me they're going to put another program with him and Gunther and have everybody thinking that Gunther's going to lose again to Sami Zayn when we know that's not going to happen. I mean, the fact that they even pushing Gunther to wrestle Goldberg is just mad stupid. You know what I'm saying? So you can see like I said, I'm not trying to play this tribalism nonsense that you see online. I'm just seeing what I'm seeing. It's facts. WWE last night of Champions should have had more titles. I understand that supposedly Dominic was hurt and him and AJ couldn't not wrestle, but you got other titles. Why did you put the match you have for Monday with Jay McDonough and Finn Balor versus the New Day? Why you didn't put that match in Saudi? Well, because they didn't want to travel. Come on, this is nonsense. This is matches that it should have not been there. I mean, Sami Zayn won, number one, and Karrion Kross got screwed over again. Karrion Kross has been there for I don't know how many years, for probably 5. He got let go once and whatnot, and he's still getting screwed to this day. They're not pushing him. They're not pushing him. Anyone else that tells me otherwise, they think, oh no, this is going to lead to other bigger things. No, it's not. They had Killer Kross or Karrion Kross, the way they call him in WWE, with this like some group, some minions following him, whatever, and then they got rid of AOP, Paul Ellering. They did all that, and now what he's doing? He's back to square one. Karrion Kross is not going anywhere. You know what I'm saying? For those on here right now listening to me, I will appreciate if you guys hit the like button. That will help the channel and whatnot. So appreciate it. But yeah, getting back to this Karrion Kross, he's not getting pushed, man. This guy is so talented, and WWE does not do anything with him but have him lose matches to Sami Zayn. Why? That is my question. Why? You know what I'm saying? So it makes no sense and whatnot. Then we had the Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu match. Now, I did like the match. I had Jacob Fatu winning this match, but something kept telling me there was going to be interference. So I knew Jeff Cobb, and I'm going to call him Jeff Cobb. I'm not calling him Jesse Mateo. Okay, JC Mateo, that sounds stupid. Sounds Puerto Rican to me. You know what I'm saying? Nothing wrong with Puerto Rican because I'm Puerto Rican myself, but it's just stupid. To me, it sounded with Jeff Cobb interfering, I'll say, okay, this is the regular thing he does and whatnot. He's going to come in. Fatu's going to overcome that, and he's going to win the match. I figure, well, if there's more interference, Jimmy Uso is going to come out and help him, right? So what happens? Next thing you know, Tangaloa returns back after his injury from November when he tore a bicep at the War Games and Survivor Series. So I said, okay, cool, another one. So now Jacob Fatu is fighting against the odds. Now, mind you, Jacob Fatu is the United States champion at this time, and to me, he is right now in his momentum right now as a champion is big. People are behind him. People were already cheering for him when he was supposedly a heel with Pazzo Sikoa's team because everybody knows who he is. What does WWE does? They go and debut Hikuleo, which he's going to be now known as Tamatoa. He's going to come and interfere in the match. Chokeslam Jacob Fatu and Solo Sikoa wins the United States champion. The first thing I said was, why? Why are you doing this now? It is too damn early. The man had just won the United States title about 2 months ago, and you're going to go and take the title away from a guy whose momentum and his promos are on point just to give it to Solo Sikoa. And my thing is, Solo Sikoa as of late has become a joke. Okay? He has become a joke as far as a character, because when he was part of the bloodline with Roman Reigns, he was serious. He did not speak. That's what made him, like a badass heel. Now he's making jokes, clowning Fatu, this and that, and they gave him the belt. And it pisses me off because once again, WWE does not make sense to this, because what's going to happen is Fatu is going to end up winning the belt again. And my question is, why did you take the belt now? Okay. It's too early. It's too early. Too early to take Jacob Fatu the United States title. Unless you're going to push him for the world title, then this is understandable. But you took the title away from him to give it to Solo Sikoa for what? And another thing that I noticed, all the characters that in Solo Sikoa's group, they all wrestled at one time in New Japan. Jeff Cobb, Tamatanga, Tangaloa, Hikuleo, all of them New Japan wrestlers. So they got Solo Sikoa walking around with New Japan wrestlers who there were New Japan wrestlers. And to me is why. So now you got Jacob Fatu, who has probably no alliance maybe with Jimmy, unless he's going to go and join Roman Reigns. But then again, Roman Reigns does not have a storyline with Solo Sikoa, because Roman Reigns' storyline as of now is still with the whole CM Punk, the whole, the Seth Rollins group, and he's going to be at Raw if he ever comes back. So to me, this shit did not make no fucking sense. No sense or whatsoever. Having the belt taken away from Jacob Fatu. You know what I'm saying? Makes no damn sense. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe that WWE would do that, knowing full well that this man has his momentum. WWE is known to do this shit. Take momentum from people, from wrestlers. They don't want the wrestler to be bigger than the fucking company. It pisses me off because Jacob Fatu right now is the hottest fan favorite right now, besides Jey Uso. They took that shit away from him just to give the belt back to Sikoa. And if y'all gonna hear that, by this happening, Fatu is gonna be more popular. No, he was already popular way before he became a babyface. Way before he became a babyface. You know what I'm saying? But WWE goes again, kills momentum. They only do that to certain people. They don't do that shit to. They didn't do that to Roman Reigns. They didn't do that shit to Seth Rollins. So their favorites, they never fucking do this shit. It's just nonsense. You know what I'm saying? It's nonsense. So the next match was the Queen of the Ring final, Asuka versus Jade Cargill. I did not really care for this, to be honest. The fact that Jade Cargill beat Asuka was a fucking joke. You know what I'm saying? Now they want to push Jade Cargill, and she has not improved anything, to be honest with you. Nothing. He's done a little here and there. When she went to pin Asuka, Asuka's one shoulder was not even pinned because she overrode Asuka. Now, my question to this is, so who is she going to challenge? Is she going to challenge Io Sky or Tiffany Stratton? More likely she's going to do with Tiffany Stratton because she's in SmackDown. Right? Now, with that happening, you know for a fact, guess who's going to try to cash in on her? Naomi. Right? Now, Bianca Belair is hurt. So, a lot of things can happen from here to August. So, we don't know how this is going to end up as far as this Jade Cargill winning the Queen of the Ring. And think about it. Look who won the King and Queen of the Ring. First of all, Cody won, right? I don't have a problem with that. But look who wins the women's version. The women's Queen of the Ring is Jade Cargill, one of Cody Rhodes' best friends who came up through AEW. So she gets a chance now. I'm sure that Cody put in his input. Oh, it's time to push her. She hasn't shown shit for the last year. So she shouldn't even, not that Asuka should have won the Queen of the Ring because Asuka was out for a while. You know what I'm saying? So that would not look good. And first of all, Asuka versus Jade Cargill was not a good final. Okay? It was not. You could have had a Stephanie Raquel versus, I don't know, somebody, maybe Jade Cargill. But Stephanie Raquel got pinned. I think the first week, they killed Stephanie Raquel's momentum. She went up to NXT and they already killed her momentum. You know what I'm saying? And this is the problem that people, when I speak and I say things like that, they went, oh no, but no, doesn't make no sense. Jade Cargill does not deserve this. I'm sorry to tell you that. She has not shown anything to get Queen of the Ring. Congratulations to her for winning it, but honestly, she don't. She hasn't even finished the story with Naomi. You know what I'm saying? They're dragging that shit. And this is one of the reasons why I watch AEW, CMML, because I don't have to deal with this stupidity. And, as far as, storyline wise, you're waiting, because that's what it's been since WrestleMania. The story, no stories of that has changed. It's the same shit. That whole CM Punk and Seth Rollins has been going on since last year, and nothing has gotten fixed. And of course, the world title match, Cena versus Punk. This match was boring. Okay, and the reason I say it was boring because both wrestlers were slow. Cena shown that he's not a good wrestler at all. He's slow. He hit, like I said in the beginning of this stream, he hit John Cena with, Cena hit CM Punk with 3 attitude adjustment, and still CM Punk got out of it. I don't even remember if CM Punk was able to hit a go to sleep on Cena. But then you have Seth Rollins comes with his group and kind of saves the match because now you like worrying about if he's going to cash in. And I'm saying to myself that better not fucking cash in because Cena still got dates to go and whatnot. And I already had Cena winning it. So as far as I'm concerned, Seth Rollins kind of save the whole main event. Then you got Penta coming down the damn ramp, taking his sweet ass time to help CM Punk, and him and Braun Breaker goes at it. Then all of a sudden, Sami Zayn comes in. He goes in. Penta jumps off the stage on top of both of them, and Seth Rollins ends up hitting CM Punk with the curb stomp, costing Punk the title match because then John Cena threw Seth Rollins out the ring and he pins CM Punk. But the whole main event was not good at all. And I give this pay-per-view a 6. Okay? Mid. Because the title was Night of Champions. And you only had 2 belts defended last night. Anybody else could tell me otherwise? It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But those that's what I feel. That's what I saw, how I felt about it, and whatnot. And it is what it is. So now I don't know what's next. I don't know. Night of Champions. I don't know what the hell is come next and whatnot. But the way I look at it, as far as storylines concerned, like I said, the Karrion, Kross, Sami Zayn, that match should have never been up there. The same thing could have been the Rhea Ripley versus Raquel Rodriguez. It should have been not. What was the story? What's the end? What's the end goal with that storyline? Okay, and the rest of the other matches, Cody winning the title. We're gonna probably see John Cena against Cody Rhodes again at SummerSlam. Do you really want to see that again? Okay. And is the Rock going to come out at SummerSlam and do what he was supposed to do at WrestleMania, which he never showed up? You know what I'm saying? And as far as Jade Cargill, is she going to win the title from Tiffany Stratton and Naomi cashes in to win the belt? You know what I'm saying? Same thing could be said about Seth Rollins. Is Seth Rollins going to cash in at SummerSlam once Cody wins the title? If he wins the title. So anything can happen. Anything can happen. But right now, as far as this show could have been much better. The tag team belts were not defended from either brand. Okay. I think the Street Profits are the world champion in SmackDown, if I'm correct. The tag team belt titles from Raw, which again, they should have put that tag team match at last night, but instead they're going to put it at Raw. You know what I'm saying? But again, it seems to me like WWE just don't care. They're making money. They got money. And you know what? And then they announced that the Royal Rumble is going to be in Saudi next year. And this pretty much brought an alarm in my head because I'm saying, you know what? They are doing a lot of stuff in Saudi. And you know that the owners of WWE, TKO and all that, they got all the business out there in Saudi Arabia. And to me, it sounds like sooner or later, WWE is going to get sold to either Turkey from the one from Top Rank, who owns Top Rank. They're going to sell it to Saudis sooner or later. It's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? And that's not good because Triple H right now, he's not cooking. I don't care what anybody tells me. He's not cooking nothing. Okay? So, the fact that that it seems to me like they haven't got off this. They still with the same bullshit story from WrestleMania. Nothing has changed. And it is what it is. And I'm not doing no comparison because right now, as far as AEW is concerned, they're doing their own thing. They just came from Mexico doing a great work with CMML and New Japan and Ring of Honor, all that. But this episode is about WWE's Night of Champions from last night, and Night of Champions, all we got was 2 champions defending the belt. Okay. One of them lost it. We should have never lost it to begin with. And the other one retained, which was a good move, but the match itself was boring as hell. So it is what it is, you know. So let me know, guys, what you think about this, and let me know your thoughts and your comments. So if you guys want to keep supporting the podcast, you can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, the X, and of course on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel to get the latest news and updates in the wrestling world and whatnot. We're part of the Chair Shot Sports Media Group, also Yana's Podcast Network in the UK and whatnot. Support us, and I will appreciate it. Also, check out our podcast store, tcwr.veryimpressive.com, tcwr.veryimpressive.com. We got t-shirts, we got hats, we got hoodies. You want to get a gift for somebody who's a wrestling fan, check out our website and whatnot. So again, guys, let me know what you think and whatnot, and I'll definitely get back to you guys next week and whatnot. So enjoy the weekend, and I'll see you guys soon.